reviewing June 5th AEW Dynamite. Alright, so we open it up with, we'll say a banger. Mr. MJF makes his rightful return to AEW Dynamite in his now 2002 Triple H vibes. We'll see if I'm feeling it or not. And so he's back. He is now classic douchebag mode. Um, Promoted some stuff. Promoted his shirt. Promoted some of his promoted his merch. And then he gets to the nitty gritty of it, of what's going to happen in the world of MJF for the next 6 months. Which basically, he wants to go against Okada, he wants to go against Swerve, he wants to go against Ospreay. And he said some stuff about him. It was, no offense, it was childish to me, but hey, it was MJF form. For me, MJF is better when he's focused on one person, and all the insults are on one person. So I'm going to wait and see when he gets into an actual feud with one of these top names, and we'll see how that goes. Then Mr. Roosh comes out, and he is like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this little high celebration people be giving you about your return. I've been here working because we know baby you was hurt. So I'm not sure who wrote this for you, but you should have said no to that. But anyway, it's like, where's my celebration? Where is my my pop basically? And so, and then again, being MJF, I couldn't understand you, blah 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 blah. But he did hype him up a little bit. He was like, you went from being a third generation superstar, or next generation superstar. I'm not sure if it was one or two. I'm not sure if his daddy or his granddaddy were both in the industry, but I digress. And he like, you made a name for yourself, right? I paid you money to take Danielson out. So I know how good you are. But he like, basically, you can't, you not me, so let's not do this. But Rouge is like, I don't care who you are. We gonna squabble, we gonna fight. And basically that's what it came into. It was a nice little brawl. Like, when I say nice little brawl, it was very, very intense. Where it's like, besides that one encounter, which really was just you paid them to do one match, y'all weren't really y'all weren't really interacting with each other like that. But I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it. To put Rouge better in the rankings. So yeah, this cute little first feud for MJF. I'm all here for it. And then we had a four-way elimination match to see who is Ospreay's next opponent coming June 12th. Oh, we had Ray Phoenix versus Jay Lethal versus Cal O'Reilly versus Orange Cassidy. And of course, basically this was a mini casino battle royale eliminator match. But I appreciate they're like, okay, we can't do that every month, let alone every week. So we're just gonna give you a taste of it with the four-way elimination match. And of course, it was great. I love when it's a multi-man match. It's not just two people in the ring. It's a sequence of people. No offense. Ever since Avengers Civil War, I want that sequence in every in every multi-man match of Iron Man versus Bucky versus Bucky versus Captain America. I want that little sequence of three people fighting each other, and they gave it to me. Actually, it was four people, so it was actually really great. Ray Phoenix won, yay! So we're gonna get Ray Phoenix versus Ospreay. Lord, let's all pray everyone come out healthy and whole, because it's gonna be stupid in the best way possible. But after the match, what's his name? Trent wanna come out and hurt OC, and then Statlander comes out in her little leader vibes with this cute little this little white little tank top, halter top, and green cargo pants. And Stokely just said something over the mic talking about Statlander gonna beat the crap out of you. It was kind of off because it's like, so I know on YouTube they actually have an interview where they're like, why is Statlander mad at OC? And basically she was like, when I got hurt, OC was nowhere was nowhere around to help me, but Trent was. And basically that's why I'm down for Trent now. And I'm like, as of all this, like some stuff should be on Dynamite, because in my mind I'm like, what did I know why Trent mad at OC, but why are you mad at OC Statlander? But I digress. Basically, so Statlander gets in the way of OC and Trent squabbling it one more time, and then she slaps the crap out of OC. But the music hits, and the whistle comes out. Basically saves OC, and then Statlander around like a little pump, and Stokely jumps on her back because he's stupid. And basically, and that was that. And then backstage, I love Willow had cute little when I say cute, I mean because she was adorable, not because it was small or petty. But no, not important. But yeah, she had a great interview with Renee Paquette, and basically she was like, you know what, I'll give it to her. Mercedes beat me, even though I had a count on her, but we will finish that later. But right now I'm focused on Statlander, who was my chick. She was my homie. She was my ride or die. But y'all really think because of the smile, I can't get down. But y'all gonna realize when the smile goes away, it's dangerous for everybody. Then OC comes out, give a little bump, and then she's cheating. I'm like, I like this. What can I do? I like this. Please give me more of this. When I say more, I don't need a weekly dose. So as I am informed, we're going to get intergender titles. Sure. So, but more so, if we get Trent and Statlander versus Willow and OC, yes, please. Let's go. All right. So what's next? Next up, we had. Ooh. So we have a final, we call it a qualifying match for the ladder match for the NXT title after Forbidden Door, and it was Mark Briscoe versus Brian Cage. More Mark Briscoe, please, because he is so good. Just the energy is so good. And for Brian Cage, is that person where it's like, oh, he's just big, but then that bell ring is like, oh, he does more than just lift people up. Cool. Great match. Mark Briscoe wins. Yes, please. He's going to be in that ladder match, and that's going to be insane. Now, while this match is going on, Jack Perry is watching behind the scenes. Takeshita and Don Callis are watching in the stands. After the match, Jack Perry does this long-winded speech about how everyone can qualify, but he gonna win. This speech was so long-winded. I know it's a ladder match, but I need everyone to jump on Jack Perry as soon as that bell rings, cause this is annoying. It's like, sir, your people's gonna give you this belt. You realize everybody in this match is probably should target you. Everyone, please target Jack Perry when that bell rings and whoop his behind. Thank you. Yes, please, and thank you. All right. And so, all right, next up we have. Sorry, another backstage segment of Samoa Joe and Hook. Samoa Joe is teaching Hook the ways of being a Stone Cold Killer, and I'm all for this. And then Mr. What's the face? Tony Nese, his faction gonna come and try to get in Hook and Samoa Joe's face. And that's just hilarious because you're going to get killed. So just tell me when a butt whooping happens, I will be at the TV and I'll be watching it. Nice. I'm all for that. Cause yeah, it's like, alright, I'm impatient. This is week 2. I need y'all to get to Samoa Joe and Hook just checking people out. Let's get to it. Okay. Alright, next we have a claim coming out for, I'm not sure, it was a promo or a wrestling match, but basically, what's his name? Max Caster wants to do a rap, but Nicholas Jackson on the big Titantron was like, yo listen, Sorry to say, but you can't be discouraging EVPs during rap promo. So we're gonna cut this segment. We're gonna cut it. And so everybody was, everybody boo, boo you. That led to the Acclaim trying to get to the Elite in the back, and of course security's there because people, if you gonna be a douche, be a smart douche, right? And so they're like, all right, security, cool, but they're like, hey, next time you do that crap and we see you, just be ready. Period. Point blank. Period. Um, this is a very interesting um next step to the Elite story. Because it came out last week with Christopher Daniels, and it's like, okay, and like what's your motivation? Because tell me if I'm wrong, the Elite weren't really targeting the Acclaimed. So if you're mad that they beat down Tony Khan, yay AEW, sure. I'm not feeling it. Is what I'm saying. Long-winded way of saying I'm not feeling it. So we'll see what happens. All right. Number 7, we have a video promo for Mercedes Moné and Miss Stephanie the Cure. And basically, Monet is like, I'm back. But I'm a student of the game, student of wrestling, and watching New Japan Wrestling and Stardom, those chicks was hitting hard, and I loved every minute of it. Watching CMLL Wrestling, them chicks was hitting hard, and I loved every minute of it. And she was like, I love Stephanie, she has something in her, but it really didn't come out until she faced me. And so that's gonna be a good match at Forbidden Door, and I can't wait to watch that one. All right, next up we have. Okay, sorry. Before I go to the next thing, because there are little sprinkles of it, I am not getting sucked into it, but for the review, I will tell you all the Jericho Vortex was sprinkled in. I'll say this, I like it better backstage than having a full-on program in front in the ring. So basically they showed up, and Jericho them behind just yelling, "Hi guys, hi," and basically critiquing everyone on how to do their jobs better because he's a 30-year veteran and more so. And then Big Bill is co-signing in the best way possible, and Brian Keith is co-signing as the angry man with now tight black shirt with the Desperado hat, and I love them too. So I will say this: if this gets them two over, yes please, yes please. Um, my favorite it was like 3 or 4. My favorite one was when they came in face to face with Daddy Magic and Cool and Edge, and they're like, well look, these are two people who were exactly call it results of being under my learning tree. And so they're like, and then Jericho was like, this is how you be a better father. But then Brian Keith was like, the baby, because Cool and Edge is having a baby. So Brian Keith says, the baby should respect Chris Jericho. Again, if this gets Big Bill and Brian Keith over, keep doing your thing. Okay. Alright, so number 8, we have Team CMLL versus Blackpool Combat Club. The return of Wheeler Yuta. Oh. We don't know how long it was because it was, I want to say it was that Wheeler Yuta has been out because it feels like forever. And more so, he was the pure champion. And so having him back, it was BCC in full force is so good. And so this match, of course, was great. It was technically a 4-way, but I felt like no tags were permitted because they were just setting stuff up. Where they were just like, we're gonna do elbows, and I'm gonna slingshot my friend in the air to crossbody you. Or we're gonna do just a couple of what you call it hurricane rounders onto the outside while we're. It was a CMLL tornado match craziness, and I did love everything. I did love all of it. It was a great match. Of course, BCC won because hey, Mr. Yuta is back and he used the seat belt cover that he again. Let's reiterate, he learned from Chucky T. Just saying, and so great win on him. Um, I wonder for people who are doing cross promotions, I need y'all to negotiate. Your people got to win the match, like, cause like it's been a while since they've been in AEW doing matches, but it was a nice little invasion angle last year. It was a couple of matches, but I don't think they won anything. And if I am the other promotion, we got to win something. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe this was the last. Isn't the last CML match? And they'll make up for it. Anyway, okay. So and next up, we have Mr. Daniel Garcia having a nice little promo package of what he's been through, his progression, and his eyes are set for that international championship Osprey has around his waist. And I have mixed feelings because I know, like with championship matches, with championship title reigns, it's like, do you make them quick or do you want them to breathe a little bit? And I think with for certain people like Osprey, I think they should breathe. I think they should be a champ for at least 3 months before you give it up, maybe 4. But Dan Garcia is so good, and it feels like when are you gonna ever pull the trigger? So I'm gonna let y'all handle that. And y'all saw that. Side note. So like I said, they're showing the progression of Darren Garcia basically as, love wrestling, wanted to get into wrestling, and where he is now. He did have a major accident, and I'm not a person who goes online and looks for the pictures, but they showed his picture. His foot was messed up. I'm just saying. So, baby boy, you wrestling, you won. You all right. So after the match of BCC versus CLL, Mr. Bryan Danielson wants to be Mr. Bryan Danielson and do this passionate promo behind the scenes, backstage. And he was like, you know what? You saw Willa Yuta. He been out for 6 months. And he came back and he won. And you can see the happiness on his face. Basically, the last couple of matches, and I'm talking as Bryan Danielson, this is what he's saying, my confidence was kind of a little shaky because it was loss after loss after loss. And this is my last year of being a full, we call it, not part-time, full-time wrestler. It's coming to an end. But, watching my boy come back and being better than ever, I ain't gonna give up. So I'm entering the Owen Hart Cup. I'm gonna win that sucker. I'm going to Wembley. I'm gonna win the title. Now look, we all know people retiring. There is a tradition of putting a new guy over or going against someone who is your best rival, but more or less it's them losing, right? And I do love Sting's retirement because he why can't they go out on top, right? And so I am kind of hoping that Danielson wins because I want to see going to my baby Shawn Michaels. I get when you get to a place where you just want to give and you don't want anything, but as your fans, we want to see you go out on top. Not all the way on top, but win a couple of things before you leave, right? And so I'm all for Danielson winning this whole thing and going to Wembley and winning the AEW title. That's just me. I am not against that in the least. Okay. Now next we have more it was a whole lot of backstage segments to this show. I'm not mad at it. It just needs to be more concise. Or not even more concise, but I guess if it's the same story, I think that I would appreciate that. Just saying. Alright. But yeah, so we have we call it meeting with Christian Cage and the Elite, or more so because the Elite, Okada wasn't there, but Matthew and Nicholas was there running the show. And basically, he was like, you know, basically, you started this partnership, and it ain't over for us just yet. I wanted to try the title. And Matthew Nicholas is like, okay, but if we scratch your back, you scratch ours. So I feel an unholy alliance forming. It's Christian Cage, so it's not gonna suck. So to be continued. Right, right. I don't see, like he said, another title match. I don't see him going for the AEW Heavyweight Championship, but I do see him going for the TNT title or the light bulb bling bling. If they get him into the TNT ladder match, and their plans is somehow for this to help Jack Perry. Not sure how. That'll be a decent mid card story. Just keep in mind. Okay, fine. Alright. Next we have Sriracha versus Mariah May. And look. I'm sorry. Her name's Saraya, but I call her Sriracha because I want to. Whatever. But I will say, I don't know how, but when it comes to basically Sriracha and Toni Storm in any capacity, it's magic. So I'll give them that, right? This was a Miss Sriracha put on her working boots because it was a very good match. Like, and I do love that because full on story. It was supposed to happen last week. It got cut. Sriracha went on Twitter and she was like, "I'm pissed," and rightfully so. And again, I say that to say this: if you're gonna go on Twitter and huff and puff, you better show up and show out. And she did that, so I'll give you props for that. She actually won. And I think that surprised a lot of people because Mariah May is this big upcoming star. But on the flip side of it, Sriracha is a legend, so not mad at her for winning and being the rookie, right? Right. Like I said, great match. Toni Storm comes in because Miss Sriracha and her little goon wanna jump people, but Toni was in her dress. You can't hit nobody real hard in a dress. I'm sorry, if you're not dressed appropriately for a fight, you can't really knock a few bucks. That's just me, right? But who makes to say Miss Mina Shirakawa? I don't want to mess Dawn's freaking name up. Mina Shirakawa comes in for the save for mostly her bestie Mariah May. I don't think she gives two crap about Toni Storm, but she's saving her Mariah May, right? So she coming for the save. The heels run away, and then we get confirmation that it's going to be Mariah versus Toni Storm after Benidorm. This is gonna be hilarious to say the least. You see, Mina and Toni fighting for Mariah love. I would say adoration. Yeah, adoration. But Mariah's like, no, I love you both. Come here. Hug right here. And so if nothing, the build up to Forbidden Door for that match is going to be stupid. I think we only have one more week though. That's insane. Maybe two. Anyway. Alright. And so like I said, Jericho Vortex was sprinkled throughout the show. It ended with Private Party. And he told Private Party, hey guys, why don't you make it a public party? Because everybody wants to go to a party. Okay, bye. And then Private Party was like, this ninja? Basically that's what they were saying. And so I'm probably sooner than later we're probably going to get Learning Tree versus Private Party. And hey, Private Party gets more TV time. I'm all for it. And then we have the main event of Swerve versus Roderick Strong. Now look, I love Swerve. Swerve is my dude. I'm sorry. Love is a big word. I respect Swerve, and I want this championship to matter. There we go. Those are better words. And no offense to Roddy, who is a great, when I say, a great wrestler. But there's certain matches you know who's going to win. Especially if it's for a title, you know who's going to win. So we all knew Roddy was going to win. And how this came about was Roddy was complaining to Tony Khan because he was next in the casino battle elimination match, but he didn't get to go in because it was already over. So Tony Khan gave him a title match. If you've learned anything from Seth Rollins' reign, no offense, this last year, you need people to compete for your title to make it mean more. Stop giving people title matches all willy nilly. Is all I'm saying. Now put it to the side. Roddy and Swerve killed this. That is now again. You know who's gonna win, but you know who's gonna kill in the match. Roderick Strong and Swerve killed. Period. Point blank. But like I said, Swerve won, and then he cute little, he celebrated in the crowd. Nice little Nat, nice little grandma doing the nana dance. That was cute, right? And then in the show, decent show. Give it a seven on the scale. Like definitely watchable. Definitely Wednesday night. What you gonna do? I'm gonna watch Dynamite. Thursday, if I missed it, I'm gonna watch the review. Definitely worth the watch and rewatch. Right. All right. So, all right. Thank you for joining me for this review. Until next time, see y'all later and bye.